What's up, family? Happy Tuesday. And after a few people asked a couple questions about these guys, and I got sent on a YouTube little feed rabbit hole, I decided to do some research and look into these Bogdanoff brothers, man. These cool cat-looking guys. That supposedly the Rothschilds bow to. The Rothschilds supposedly bow to the Bogdanoffs because they have some kind of some royal bloodline or something. So I decided to look into these Bogdanoff brothers who, that's actually their faces. Those are actually their faces. They used to look like this a long time ago. It used to look like that a long time ago. How you go from that to this? It's pretty bad, man. Woo-wee! Yeah, I don't know. Whoever doing your work, you need to whoop their ass. You need to whoop their ass bad. You need to whoop their ass, man. Get your money back. Get some kind of coupon, discount card, or something. Anyway, so yeah, these are the Bogdanoff brothers, and what I've done for you guys is I've pulled together some information on them just from another site. These guys have been, they've been in the news for a long time. So here we go. Yeah. This is some news about them. Igor, I didn't want to go there yet. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't want to go there yet. Yeah, see, they're suspected of attempted fraud, and apparently they are some mathematicians, some math geniuses. They supposedly have IQs that are greater than 400. I didn't even know was possible, and they are suspected of attempted fraud. And they say they are victims of a parallel reality. Because in the reality that they exist in, they aren't frauds. They're flyboys. That's not a good picture, but. Let's see where we at. So, let's see what I had for them here. Here we go. 15 weird facts about the Bogdanoff brothers. It's from the richest because they're supposedly really wealthy, and they supposedly run France with an iron fist, and they supposedly own all these DNA testing facilities, and they supposedly are, supposed to be so rich and so powerful that, the Bogdanoff twins, Igor and Grichka, are two very interesting and bizarre people. And they have a whole lot of controversy around them. Basically, the controversy is they've created the controversy around themselves. First off, they're damn near 70 years old. The faces are, it's a result of multiple plastic surgeries, and considering they are just two rich guys with doctorates in physics and mathematics, which physics is, if you don't know, physics is kind of like a fake science, and in mathematics, I mean, anything above algebra, what do you need? It's okay. It is surprising just how much media attention these two get, not to mention the incredible amount of internet attention they now have thanks to rampant meme culture and mentions on 4chan. See, 4chan is a big reason why they are who they are, or why they're even a topic now, why I'm even covering these guys. Of course, they did in a lot of ways set themselves up for this sort of strange popularity. Their physical transformation through plastic surgery, they're definitely some plastic surgery nightmare type stuff. Sorry guys, not trying to hurt your feelings, not trying to be mean, but you shouldn't be letting people cut your face all up and stuff. Then of course, beyond their horrid surgical work, I didn't say it was horrid, she did, or they did. They have become one of the scariest and most ridiculous memes out there. Yeah, because they supposedly have some connection to. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Did you know that the Rothschilds bow to the Bogdanoffs, or that the brothers have ancient royal lineage, or even that they will fund the first city on Mars and call it Bogdangrad, or that they're in contact with aliens? Well, they look like aliens. As far as building something on Mars, that's like trying to send man back to the moon. They are apparently pilots. The two dashing men above Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me show you, just in case you forgot. See, these were them. They're actually fraternal twins, not identical. This was them back in probably 1960 something, maybe 1970. Because this is them now, and yeah, they're not handsome. Maybe they're nice. Maybe they're nice guys. I hear that they had a video where they were on a talk show, and the talk show host is like, "Oh, so are we going to be able to talk about how you had something to do with the United States election, the election in the United States, tampering with the election?" And they're like, "We told you we can't talk about that. You can't bring that kind of stuff out here." You could totally tell it's staged. It's terrible acting. So yeah, them having anything to do with the American election, anything that is going on about these guys that is out there as far as in the media, chances are that they put it out there themselves. That's my take on them. I have a word for them. Hold on. So let me get back to this. Okay, yeah, they were surprisingly handsome back in the 80s and early 90s. I doubt that. And they were incredibly popular, having grown up in France. Okay, so they grew up in France. They found their way onto television, and they had like some sci-fi stuff. And just being handsome and twins, that's all it took back then to get on TV. By the time they started to host their science shows, they had already begun working on publishing several scientific publications and some mathematics publications. Basically, they just wrote a bunch of garbage, and then and to rub it in the faces of people that, it basically doesn't matter what you put out there. It's all about who you know, and you'll be able to get whatever doctorate, whatever the hell. But they were by no means suited to host their shows in terms of credentials. At this point, they were just science enthusiasts who look good. So they're science enthusiasts who look good but had doctorates. So they went, a little overboard with plastic surgery. They became addicted to plastic surgery. And damn, it says the cheek and chin enhancements are so overdone they look like ventriloquist dummies. I'm just quoting what these people say. I mean, they look like cat people, don't they? So if you feel that, feel the need to modify yourself in such a extreme way, then I guess if you have the money, I would think that the money would make you look better. Wouldn't it make you look better? How can you look worse? I don't know. The bog pill. Okay, so here we go with the bog pill, and this is why it's on my radar. Because I guess YouTube thinks that I am into this kind of stuff, and they throw it in my feed just because there's a mention of the Rothschilds. That I'm going to jump all over it and be like, these guys are the next Rothschilds, bow to them. Well, the bog pill is a very strange online conspiracy theory that originated on 4chan. 4chan. That's also QAnon, right? Yeah, and then exploded on Reddit and YouTube, of course. It should be no surprise that anyone aware of 4chan that this conspiracy theory is absolutely ridiculous, and it is, of course, meant as a joke. But the crazy part about the whole thing is that there are people now who truly believe much of the complete bull from this theory. People now believe that the Bogdanoff twins have a monopoly on DNA testing labs. These are those who think that the twins have created nanobots in order to create a collective consciousness, essentially ridding the world of free will. Surprisingly, no one thinks that these two are lizard aliens like the Bush family. They do, however, believe that the twins are in contact with aliens and will populate Mars. So this is the type of stuff that's on 4chan and QAnon or whatever. But I mean, QAnon is gonna, and so they're also like the most famous meme. This dude, I mean, this is who he married. How does this happen? How's that happen? I mean, how's that happen, man? Okay, look at that, man. That's whoo, yeah, girl. Yeah, I bet she's waiting for the insurance. That's for sure. He's waiting for his ass to keel over. Yep. All right. So Igor Bogdanoff, I guess that's one that has 6 children. Now that's not really all that chilling, especially since 4 of those children were born before he started going nuts on surgery. But somehow Igor has managed to marry royalty and or nobility twice. Now, in order to marry nobility and royalty, you'd have to know this. You kind of have to have royal or noble blood. You can't just roll in and just be some handsome, massacred face-looking dude and marry into royal family, royal blood. So they are here we go. But somehow Igor has managed to marry nobility twice. After a fling with a comedian, Igor went on to marry the Countess Ludmilla of Altremont. Sometime after that, he married Amélie de Bourbon de Parme, the daughter of a prince, and it has to be said that Amélie is 1 year younger than Igor's oldest child. So that's the one he's with that hot one. It's got to be awkward family get together. So this is the one. Yeah, he's rocking that. That's yeah, man. Hey, more power to you, man. I can't hate on you. Shit. Yep. Yeah, so they both have doctorates in physics, mathematics. However, there are many in the scientific community who think that they should have not been granted their titles at all. The content of both of their theses read like complete nonsense to those in the science community. Some believe that they purposely did this in order to point out the flaws of the peer review system in universities. But ultimately, it seems that they truly thought they hit on some great science, even though their papers clearly show they know nothing of the science they write about. The scary thing is that these men are said to have huge IQ scores, and many hold up them as pillars for scientific information. Their thoughts on quantum science have spread like wildfire. Okay, so IQ score, intelligence quotient, says nothing about someone's intellect. The IQ test and shit, it's bogus. Just like their thesis, which even they admit was bull crap. Okay, so let's see. There was something about he has a likeness to an ancient pharaoh. After surgery, he has a likeness to this pharaoh. And hold on, I'm gonna get to you guys' comments in a second. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. This is just how ridiculous they are. Okay, all right. So both Igor and Grichka speak German, Russian, French, and English. Now that's not specifically chilling or shocking. It's not. But there are quite a number of stories revolving around surrounding just how they went about learning to speak these languages. Apparently, they learned most of these languages simply through contact with others. Not really. That's called immersion. It's culture immersion, which is pretty incredible. But the biggest story is that they apparently learned French fluently within 1 week. Okay, so these men that were born in France were speaking French within 1 week of being born. That's what I get. I mean, how they speak French fluently within 1 week? Well, they were born in France. Wouldn't they be speaking French? So I mean, this is just this. So this is what I'm just throwing the stuff out here, guys. Ideas I'm throwing out here that people are talking about and stuff. It's not that I believe any of this stuff. I think it's pretty funny that these old ass guys and still make themselves relevant using the naive and gullible people out there that believe in all this UFO, Mars, DNA control, and that they're basically saying that they threaten the international banking system with their cloning ability, because they're going to be able to clone people and totally throw the system out of whack or some stuff like that. Yeah, so this really depends on how much you're willing to believe about these twins. The religious or the alien abductees in the world may be more interested in this than those. Either way, it has come out that apparently the twins have the ability to communicate with aliens. Because when you measure your face all up like that and go from stunning, dashing to what the hell, then you can start communicating with aliens. This is almost certainly not true, but they are working on a process by which they will be able to do so. Of course, I'm working on a process to be able to speak to aliens too, man. But there is something even more far-fetched, but still believed by many. Ancient Indian scriptures tell of the two angels who will descend upon earth and will bring an era of enlightenment and unprecedented technological progress with them. These two men are rumored to be those angels. Well, if you believe in Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy and all that stuff, then, then yeah, these two guys are it. Okay, and I think that's about it for the fairy tale stuff. No, we have one more. No. Oh, yeah, okay. So this, of course, plays into some sort of conspiracy theory. They're both pilots. They both love to fly, and their riches and their wealth and their family notoriety has allowed them to fly whatever the hell they want. Yeah, and that's about. Now let's get on to reality. Here we go. Igor and Grichka Bogdanoff, the brothers Igor Grichka Bogdanoff were placed in police custody according to the information of BFM TV. Le Parisien specifies that they're accused of fraud by a film producer. After the announcement of the custody of twins Igor and Grichka Bogdanoff, Le Parisien reveals the content of the complaint filed against them. According to the Paris newspaper, 800,000 francs were stolen from a man, Cyril P. 49, who would present himself as a film producer. Still, according to Le Parisien, this well-known man from the middle of the jet set, who would have been placed under a protective measure, would have trouble managing his finances on a daily basis. As part of this complaint, a judicial investigation was opened, and the Bogdanoff brothers were placed in custody in the police station of the 16th arrondissement of Paris. The charge would be that of swindle on a vulnerable person and attempted fraud. At 70 years old, y'all defrauding some 49-year-old man. Y'all be ashamed of yourself with your old freaky looking asses. The twins would have sparked juicy investments in artistic projects. So yeah, so apparently they had some tie to the guy that Satoshi Yakamoshi or whoever was the creator of Bitcoin, and is supposedly have some control over whether or not the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency will fall or rise. Here's another picture of this guy. Ooh, look at isn't that a handsome devil right there? That's a handsome devil and a handsome devil for a beautiful wedding. This dude's hair. They look like terrible Ken dolls, really. Sorry, guys, not trying to make fun of you. I'm sorry that your money and your fame and whatever led you to do that to your face. But man, yeah. So yeah, well, because Pepe is back, right? Yeah, Pepe is back. You know. Yeah, I would like to meet these guys. So then there was a talk show they were on, all right, and all the sources to this information I will include down in the description after the live stream, so you guys can go peruse it and get your chuckles. So they were on a show. And like I said, the guy is like, so are we going to be able to talk about your involvement in the United States, in the American election? And the guy was like, you know better than to talk about that. You can't go throwing stuff out there like that. You know, that's not true. That's probably just the Rothschilds trying to throw us under the bus. And then the host like leaves the stage in a hurry, holding his stomach. He's like looking like he's sick. And then a woman comes out and is like, you guys, the host just collapsed in the back. And one of them is looking back in the back like very evilly, and it's supposed to seem like they just made the whole crew fall out from their power that they have. It's total. This is what they are, you guys. Here, I have it right here. Oh, hold on. Here, here's another before and after. What the hell y'all do to you? What the hell y'all do to yourselves? What the hell is wrong with you? Jeez, the hell is wrong with you? You could at least done something better with your damn hair. This is what they are right here. Yes, that's them. Okay, they're sensationalists. All right, they're sensationalists. They search for headlines. All they do is try and get headlines. They've been doing it for 40. They've been trying to be relevant for 30, 40 years. They've been trying to be relevant even though they may have some royal blood. They may have some money. They've been trying to be relevant on people's tongues for years. And I mean, just look at them. Look at what they've done to themselves, and look at look at the stories about them. They're sensationalists, and that's all they are. I have no belief whatsoever the Rothschilds, any of the Rothschilds, bow to these fools. Would you bow to these fools? I mean, yeah, I might give them a little bow for this here. I might give him a little for that there if he's hitting it right. I don't know. But might give him that, they might have got this back then in 1978. No, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, these guys are nothing more than sensationalists, and I have no belief, no buying into the fact, to the idea that the Rothschilds even recognize these fools, let alone know them. Although they are talking about spirit cooking and stuff like that. So they talk about stuff that's current, and they're very sci-fi techie guys and math wizards or whatever, and supposedly smart. So they're on the cusp. They're on the cusp of what's going on. So they just put their names out there, and they have control of some. They can go and access media whenever they want, so they can kind of get a story going about themselves. So where this is the Rothschilds bow to them, it's just someone spamming the same information. There's no new information out there. There's no history of them at the Rothschilds. There's no history of their royalty really, other than what I read in that article. So that's. These are the Bogdanoff twins, and welcome to our world where they throw anything at your ass to in hopes that you'll believe it, and anything at your ass. It is deeply disturbing. It's deeply disturbing. What's even more disturbing is this picture right here, because this is this girl, beautiful girl. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What do you call yourself doing? I mean, I can't imagine them sleeping in the same bed. Can't imagine them sleeping in the same bed. Could you? I don't know. I mean, could you imagine waking up to that ugly motherfucker? Yeah, man. See, this is why I love doing what I do, because when this shit can be this funny, it's a joy. It's enjoyable. This, and I'm not making fun of them. I didn't do that shit to them. No one else did that shit to them. They did that shit to themselves. So they say they might be suffering from some severe form of condition, some skin condition or some muscle or bone condition or whatever. And Michael Jackson didn't bleach himself either. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, she's trying not to judge a book by its cover. Yeah, hey, I say she's waiting on him to keel over so she can get that insurance. Yeah, what's up, HQ Tactical? Yeah, she's waiting to keel over. I just saw another video about Michael Jackson say Michael Jackson ain't dead. I don't know. I ain't gonna go look into that. I am gonna look into these guys. I did look into these guys, and they're just apparently they're not good guys, man. They're sensationalists, and they use the platform they have in order to push these crazy stories about them. It's a sad and crazy world. Sad and crazy world. Yeah, look at them. Don't these look like some people that you'd love to see at a conference that you're attending? These are your keynote speakers at your conference. Yeah. I'd be demanding a damn refund for that. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. See, I love the comment. Look. Everyone is like, "What the hell is this, Harvey? Hey, man, this is news. This is in the news, man. This came on 4chan, man. 4chan, dude. He be talking about them all the time." And Pepe the Frog, this is news, man. I'm just sharing news with y'all. Some people seem to have an interest in these Bogdanoff brothers. And, like I said, they came beep, 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 beep across my radar at the same time. So why not get it out there about what these guys are. They're sensationalists. They're media sensationalists. They're just looking for media attention. They have no special powers. They probably have some money. They may be tied to royal bloodlines, but, I mean, look at them. Is that what royalty does to themselves? Huh? Is that what royalty does to themselves? Because if you're royal, wouldn't you just have all the confidence in the world that I'm royalty? I don't care how ugly I am. I'm royalty. Maybe that's why they're doing it. They're jacking themselves up to, yeah. Anyway, the guys are almost 70, so that tells you how relevant they are in our world. I don't know if you believe in that, in this fairy tale stuff. Then good for you. Yeah, it's just spreading the knowledge, just to make sure no one wastes their time spinning their wheels, looking to these fools for any answers, because they ain't got them. I'll tell you right now, they ain't got them. I don't care what their IQ is. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care what royal bloodlines they think they have, and I don't care whether or not Rothschild would bow to them. I seriously doubt they would. Like I said, I doubt Rothschild even knows these fools' names, and if it does, it's just because that they're sensationalists, and they just look to make their name on anything and anyone. So that's all they are. Well, if you like what I'm doing here, why don't you go ahead and click that like button? You know you want to like it. Subscribe, share, comment, dislike, do something so your brothers and sisters know that you're alive out there. Like starting the day with saying, hey man, if you think your life is bad, their life went from what looked like was good to just, I don't know. Until you find your truth, keep looking.